Hello YouTube, it's me Luke with another edition of How to Make a More Awesomer Life. It's the title that came up between last time and this time. Before we get going, I just want to share from last time I talked about commitment calendar. I just want to share my commitment calendar. Look at that. Oh, check all the way up until yesterday. I haven't done it today, but I will. And I have this is my yoga every day and no porn for the whole year calendar. And I just wanted to share a few things about it. So here, a few days, like here on the 5th, it says, small amount of yoga, not satisfied. And then on the 21st, I didn't do it at all, but noticed that I kept doing it after I didn't do it, as opposed to burning the whole thing and saying, fuck it. And then on the 24th, I also wrote half-assed, because I did a little bit, and I wasn't really satisfied, again, with how much I did. And the important thing here is just to bring awareness. Just bring awareness. Drop the damn thing. Just bring awareness to what you're doing with regard to your commitment. Just, like, I didn't get all beat up on myself, like, oh, I didn't do it, I'm such a bad person. Just like, I didn't do it. What choice did I make that caused me not to do it? And when I half-assed it, it's probably just sort of some lethargy, impatience to get to bed because I've been doing it at night, something like that. And you just say hello to it. And I wasn't satisfied, and so the next day I did it to a level that I was satisfied with. And on the 21st, where I didn't do it, I had a little bit of wine, and I was having a really nice evening with myself. I felt like I was on a little date with myself and just curling up in bed and having a nice thing, and then it came to my mind, like, oh, you made this commitment to do yoga every day. And I'm like, I'm choosing to make just having a nice romantic evening with myself more important than yoga. See, there's the key. I choose to do this instead of that, and that's the key to everything. I choose. I'm not making like, oh, it was such a hard day and I'm too tired, right? That's making my energy level, making my energy level own my decisions. So that's the key. I choose. If you're not saying I choose, you're not taking responsibility, and your life is going to get out of control. So I just wanted to share that. Anyway, to get going, what I wanted to talk about today was, what do you want? Which is, I talk to a lot of people, and I try to ask them what they want, and they can't even really say it, or they're afraid to say what they want. It's like, oh, where are you going? Like, where do you want to be in 5 years? And some bullshit comes out, which is not an answer to that question. Oh, I think I might want a new career, but like, that's, I can't get out of the field that quickly. Career changes are really hard, and I can't see, like, there was a tiny little bit of answer in that answer, and then a huge amount of some other shit, which is like, I can't because logic, blah, 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 blah. And you didn't really say what you actually wanted. So just be aware that that can happen. And if you catch yourself doing that, just push it aside and answer the question for real. The other thing is, I don't know what I want. Well, we're going to learn how to figure it out. And it's easy, but there are blocks that can get in the way. So how do you find out what you want? You just say it. You just say, I want to be a professional musician. I want to finish this album by February 22nd, and I want it to be awesome. I want to facilitate insight seminars someday, and I want to continue having enough money that I feel completely free to give people money whenever I feel like it. I want a relationship. I want a really nice romantic relationship. You just say it. I want blah, and I suggest doing this like improvisation. If you know improvisation, a lot of people who watch my videos are improvisers. Start by saying I want before you even know. Just say I want, and then finish your own sentence in an improv-y way. But don't get silly. Keep it sincere. Like, I want to know what I want. Ha 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 ha. No, you're copping out. Answer the fucking question. And describe it in detail. This is the magic trick, which helps. Because we get into a space where, like, oh, I don't know, maybe I could be doing music, possibly, and teaching, but I don't know if that'd bring in enough money, blah, 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 blah. You're in your logic brain. What you need to do is get over into your visioning brain and describe in detail, as much detail as you possibly can muster. It doesn't have to be right. Just detail about what you want. I want to be playing at a music festival in front of an audience of 374 people and 3 children, and the lighting is blue, and you just keep, like, detail it up and improvise the details. Just say whatever. Really, just describe where you want to be. Just say whatever with the intention of this is what I want. The trick is, where are you getting those details? How are they coming to you? Are you deciding them? Not so. It's just happening, right? Are you, are you logicking? Here's how it's going to happen. I'm going to meet this. No, it's coming in, and it's not coming from nowhere. It's coming from somewhere. And the way I understand it is when you just allow it to flow, you allow your subconscious to be in control, and then you find out what you want. Because I don't think knowing what you want is something you decide. Like, what information would you even use to decide what you want? What people expect of me? What a good person should be? There's no good source of information for finding out what you want. So I think of what do I want as a discovery process, not a decision process. You're not deciding, you're finding out. And you're asking your subconscious, or if you're woo-woo, your spirit guide or God or whatever it is, what do I want? And it's okay, it's great to know what you want. To me, what do I want is part of my spiritual path. I was on, the other night, I was sharing with some friends, and I've had a big thing about sex, where in the past I've shut myself down and not allowed myself to, like, I've called myself a creep for being sexually attracted for people or whatever like that. It was weird. Anyway, so I'm coming out of that, and the other night I shared with my friends that I'm horny and I want to get laid. Help, I want to get laid. And that's just a want. And so I shared that with my friends. I just said, God, I just want to get laid. And out of that ensued the most amazing conversation, which started with techniques about getting laid and gradually ascended to much deeper things about being and how to be honest and authentic and how to be free of society's bullshit. And just this whole amazing conversation took place that would not have happened if I hadn't told people what I wanted. The so-called petty whatever it is that I wanted, that I used to judge myself for. If I hadn't just told people that's what I wanted, that whole conversation wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have learned a whole bunch. My friends wouldn't have had the great, because it was a good conversation. It wasn't just advice to me. We all talked to each other. So this is the spiritual aspect to me. I said what I want, and whoosh, like this beautiful thing happened. I think that happens often. Watch. See what happens if you tell people what you want. So it's okay. It's good to know what you want and say what you want, know what you want inside, and tell other people what you want. It's wonderful. And I think a lot of people who consider themselves spiritual or on a spiritual path, there's this whole Buddhist thing, like desire is the cause of suffering. And so we sort of tell ourselves that we're not supposed to desire, or desires are bad, or something like that, which is a poor interpretation of that spirituality. So write down what you want, or say it to yourself, and be honest and allow yourself to discover it. After you do that, and here's a little trick from Insight Seminars, which is I'll probably mention more in these videos because I just dig Insight Seminars so much. They have been so powerful in my life. When you find out what you want, a lot of times it's things, like a job or a career. A lot of people are focused on, I want a career that looks like this or a job that looks like this. Or a relationship, things. The thing of the relationship, it's the person is the thing. I don't mean to objectify people, but this is what I mean by things. The person, and being in a relationship with the person is the thing. And so a lot of times we want things. We want life to look a certain way. That's what it is. We want our life to be painted as a certain picture. And okay, that's great. Be aware of the picture. Just bring it to your awareness. This is what I want my life to look like. Yet, there is something behind the picture, which is an experience, a certain experience that you're usually looking for. So I want to give an example. I want, here I'm going to just do it. I want to get laid. I talked about that earlier. I want to have sex. That's sort of a thing. It's an experience. But there's probably an experience underneath it. I want to have sex. Okay. What can I do to have sex? I can tell women that I think they're attractive. That's a step, and I struggle with that. It's scary. You look really pretty today. You have beautiful eyes. Sorry, I was distracted by, just looking at you. Okay. I'm not just practicing my acting here, ladies. I was imagining people that I'm attracted to and telling them, and that's why I had the nervous. Just put myself out there a little bit. That's the way to get it. So that's part of it. What's a little step you could take toward getting it? And then dig. What experience am I looking for? What experience am I really wanting to have when I say I want sex? And the experience I'm looking for is connection with another person. Really deep connection. That's the part. I just don't want to stick my dick in somebody and call it a night and have a one-night stand. That doesn't really satisfy me. And that's why I haven't just gone to a prostitute or some shit. I considered it, and I'm just not interested in that. So I want connection. Connection. So what we're doing is we're just going back and forth when we're focusing on something we want. We first look at just any step we could take to get us closer to that. And then we look at the other side, which is what experience am I really looking for? And then you take that and put it in the focus as what you want, and you do the same thing again. What could I do to get it? What experience am I really looking for? And just keep doing that. So, I want connection. Okay, what's something I can do to get connection? Make eye contact and be more present with people when I talk to them. Yeah, that's also scary. Just like putting myself out there with telling people they're attractive. And telling people they're attractive is part of showing up for them. So it's all part of the same little thing, part of the same scary thing, which is probably why I'm not getting what I want, because I'm in fear about it. Okay, so I want connection. I could get it by showing up, being present, and making eye contact, and allowing myself to love in the moment when I'm connecting with someone. And what experience am I really looking for when I say I want connection? Just picturing myself in that connection with someone. What does it feel like? It's like letting the words that are coming, and it just came like a little thought, to let love in. Because what I'm afraid of is looking like I love someone when I do in that moment. I'm afraid like they're gonna get attached, or they're gonna think I'm weird or a creep, or a bunch of big complex of fears about that. But it's okay to look like you love someone. I'm telling myself right now, it's okay. And I want to be part of giving and receiving love in connection with a person. Alright? How could I get that same way? Showing up. Eye contact. Allowing this moment to be in its full, glorious intensity. There's a key. Alright, what experience am I looking for? Allowing this moment to be in its intensity. Opening up to experience, especially with others, where it's scary for me. Alright, again, what do I want? I want to open to experience. How could I get it? Open to experience. Now. Just choose it right now. And also call people I love and have a good conversation with them and tell them I love them. That's another way I could do it. As I open my chest, open my belly, I feel experience coming in. And you hear my voice change in quality. That's what I want. It feels good. So, what happened is we dug. I said what I wanted, and I was honest with myself about what I wanted. And then we dug using this little back and forth, which I learned from Insight, which is, how could you get it? Name a step. On each step along the way, how could you get the thing you're looking for? Just any step. It doesn't have to be the right thing. It doesn't have to be just that's the step. And then the other side, which is dig. What experience are you really looking for? And you can find that by imagining yourself doing it and just picturing and imagining what that experience is like, and then naming that, and then you do it again. All right? That's what you want. How could you get it? What are you really looking for? And you keep going until your process of digging isn't turning up anything new, or you feel satisfied with your want. And what happens with this process is it usually brings it more immediate. It means you can get what you're looking for more easily than you at first thought. I wanted to get laid? No, really, I just want connection. That's way easier than getting laid, to just show up with a person. And it probably leads to getting laid, honestly, if you really show up. And that happens a lot too, where we start seeking the experiences that we want instead, start getting those experiences, and then it will lead to the things. And so we sort of have our cake and eat it too. We get what we want. We get what we really want. And then, as a consequence, we get what we thought we wanted. So it's not a denial of yourself to ask, what experience am I really looking for? So that's a technique, Insight seminars. So, I want, and improvise, details and focus on the experiences you're looking for. That's how you know what you want. And then that's really 90% of the battle, once you know what you want. Then anything that happens to you is something to be incorporated into your path, as opposed to this horrible thing which is stopping you. You got your focus. You got your focus. And with that focus comes balance, comes everything you need to go for it. It can be big, and it can be terrifying to realize what you want, because I think a lot of us do have big dreams that we've said no to. And once we start realizing that we still have those dreams, it can be really scary, and there can be a lot of emotion. And so just be ready for that emotion to come, because that will guide you on your path back to your fulfillment, back to pursuing your dreams. Thanks for listening. Until next time. Oh, I wanted to say, if you liked this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment. I'm always on the lookout for other things to talk about, especially if you're having a challenge in your life. Leave a comment. What do you want me to talk about? What would you like me to explore? I may not do it. Sometimes I just don't know, but I'll do the best I can to honor that. And subscribe to my channel if this was helpful, and have a wonderful rest of your day, and have a more awesomer life. Have an awesome life.